I got started in art, so to speak. I had a rheumatic murmur when I was a child, and I'm not sure exactly, about 7 or 8. And my mom gave me a clay, and then I started making all these heads of Lincoln, and all this stuff started coming out of me. And from that moment on, I knew that that was something that was pulling me. I didn't know fine art because the biggest book my mother read was Reader's Digest. So there was no culture in my home. And but she had a brother who was pretty wealthy, and she conned him into giving me money to take art classes in the summer at the Art Students League. And that gave me another taste. And so that when I graduated from high school, I knew where I was going. And so there was a whole world that was introduced to me. And so I became totally obsessed. And I had this extraordinary teacher who was a genius pedagogue, Frank Mason. And he, while he was talking to us, and he was this big, like Thomas Wolfe, big voice screaming, oh! And he was both a composer, he played the piano, and taught painting. And while he was talking about painting to us, he would be bringing in Bach, Beethoven, and Socrates, and Aristotle. And so by the time I left the class, I was levitating home and would go home and do self-portraits and sketch in the subways and all that stuff. So that was a totally fortunate experience for me. I entered the world of art at the wrong period. The New York Action School had exploded, and it was de Kooning, Pollock, and phenomenal painters, but had nothing to do with what I was doing. So my source of inspiration was always theater, dance, or especially the movies. So I went to see Kurosawa, Bergman, and Eisenstein, and all these great geniuses. And I was a movie buff. Because of the schism of what I was doing in relationship to the world of art, I was hitting too many brick walls. A city that was feeding me all my life in the formative years was about to destroy me because it wasn't allowing me to function as an artist. And I felt that my talent was as such that I wanted to have a career, and it wasn't allowing me. And so I came here, and when I got here, I actually, because of the rage that I felt in New York, I had a kidney disorder, which is nephritis. And fortunately, I met Sue, and we fell in love, fortunately, because she was my Florence Nightingale. I know that it's a hard connection. I love the people of Guatemala. And again, it's like being in the candy store for color. And so there's a hope, because coming from a tonal world, New York is essentially tonal, psychological. And then when I discovered slowly these octaves of color and light increased in volume, you know, I said, oh my God, I have to, you know, this is what I have to do. The best thing that ever happened to me was coming here. When I came over the mountain and I saw Santa Fe, it was love at first sight, and I'm still in the quiver of that love, still.